Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Iris and today we're going to be doing a makeup look that is perfect for like a coffee date or a daytime date where you still want to look glam, you want to feel done up, and you want to play with a little bit of color without drawing too much attention to your face and your makeup. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, just keep watching. So I've already got my eyebrows and my foundation and concealer on, so we're gonna hop right into the eyes. For today's look, I'm gonna be using the new Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette. I actually reached out to them because I thought they were such a cool company. They're cruelty-free and they are climate conscious. They're a part of a lot of organizations that donate their proceeds that help the earth. So I reached out to them asking if they'd be willing to send me a product in exchange for a video, and they were kind enough to send me this palette yesterday, and they didn't even say I had to make a video. They said it would be appreciated, but it's not paid in any way, it's not forced in any way. I reached out to them and they were just kind enough to give me a palette. So I wanted to do a look for you guys using this palette. I'll also have a review and a swatch video for this palette out soon, so keep your eyes posted. But I just wanted to be very transparent with you guys that I did not buy this with my own money. However, I was really interested in the brand prior to them sending me this palette, and I was the one that reached out to them first. With all that out of the way, we're gonna go straight into Golden Ginkgo, this really beautiful yellow sparkly shade. And just with my fingers, I'm going to pop that on my lid. Next, I'm gonna go in with this pale yellow shade. With a fluffy brush, I'm going to take some of that and buff it into my crease. We're going for a very wearable makeup look. Of course, all of my videos, I say it's a wearable makeup look. That is up to your discretion and your personal preference. But I imagine wearing this to like a coffee date with a friend or on a date where you're out during the daytime. You want to look nice, but you don't want your makeup to stand out too much. Next, I'm gonna go in with this golden orange shade with a slightly more dense brush, and I'm gonna pop that on my outer corner. If you guys have seen any of my videos, you'll know I'm like a pretty basic person when it comes to makeup, and honestly I was very afraid when I was seeing their color story being released prior to their launch date, because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to use the colors. Like, they're very pigmented and these are like very primary colors, and they're not usually colors that I always go for, so I was really afraid that I wouldn't be able to use this palette. But these colors are actually so beautiful. Of course you can mix and match, use like yellows with blues with reds. You can do really artistic looks, or you can do what I'm doing here and stick with one color essentially, like I'm using yellows and oranges, and it's a little less intimidating. So if you're new to playing with colors, don't let all of the colors scare you. You can still do like a pretty toned down look like what I'm doing here, and the colors and the shadows are just still so beautiful and they blend out so beautifully. And just to tie the look together, I'm going in with Kyoto, which is this really bright yellow shade right here. With a tiny brush, I'm just running that on my lower lash line, only on the outer corner, just for a little pop, but nothing too crazy. And I'm just tapping a little bit of that first sparkly yellow shade into my inner corner. Now that our eyeshadows are complete, I'm gonna go in with a brown pencil and I'm gonna tightline my upper waterline. And on my lower waterline, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Frosting. Now I'm just curling my lashes and popping on some mascara. To bronze my face, I'm gonna go in with a mixture of the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the shade Buttercup, mixed with a little bit of the Essence Pure Nude Blush in the shade Pretty Peach. I kind of just want like a nice luminous glow, which is why I'm mixing these two together. And I'm going to blend that into my hand before putting it on my face. And I'm gonna pop that on my nose as well. For blush, I'm going to go in with the bareminerals blush in the shade The Confession. Just a very natural pink shade, just to add a little bit of color without doing too much. For my lips, I'm actually not going to do anything too crazy. I'm going to go in with the Kosas lip oil. in the shade Unbuttoned. I think it's just like a really nice fall shade. This is just one I got from the Sephora birthday gift. It's an okay color. I think it's nice. It's a little orangey, a little pinky without being too warm or too cool. So I think it's just like a nice color. And this is the finished look. I think it is beautiful and fall, but still like wearable for the daytime, where you want to look a little done up without drawing too much attention to your face or your makeup. And you get to play with a little bit of color without it being, you know, too much. And that is exactly the type of makeup I like to wear outside of my house. If you haven't checked out Nomad Cosmetics yet, I'll have their website linked down below. I think they're just like a really cool brand, and their color stories are really creative and their brand is really creative. I think they're really high quality shadows, and I think the brand is worth checking out. Anyway, I'll have a full video of swatches and a review of this palette out soon. If it's out already by the time you're watching this, I'll have it queued up for you guys to play after this video ends. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you next time. Bye.